Well, breaking news coming in this hour. Poisoned gas is reportedly used against Kurdish forces in the city of Aleppo. This video you can see was posted online. A cloud of yellow smoke can be seen rising from the affected zone. The Kurdish-held district of Sheikh Maqsood is partially surrounded by rebel-held areas, and reports suggest the chemical attack came from there. A local journalist on the ground confirmed to us that toxic elements were used.
The attack happened at midday on Thursday. The gas caused suffocation, which confirms that poisonous substances were used. 4 people have fallen victim to this chemical attack.
Well, let's bring in RT's Syria war correspondent Lizzie Phelan, who's in Damascus now. Lizzie, what do we know so far about that chemical attack in Aleppo?
Well, as the journalist speaking just now, the attack reportedly took place around noon local time. There's around 4 people allegedly suffering the effects of that attack. The victims have been taken to a Red Crescent hospital where they're reportedly suffering symptoms of difficulty breathing and seeing. We've also seen video published online of the victims allegedly suffering the consequences of that attack. Now, the forces that control the area, the predominantly Kurdish militia, the YPG, haven't named the faction responsible for the attack. They've just said that at the moment they know that it's Islamist rebels responsible.
And of course, this isn't the first time the area has been hit by toxic agents, is it?
That's right. We visited the area a few weeks ago, and the day after we left, there were reports of a similar attack. Again, a cloud of smoke, yellow smoke, similar victims suffering from similar symptoms. And Sheikh Maqsood is an area where there's regular clashes between forces in the area and surrounding neighborhoods. There's frequently shells fired into the area. Again, when we were there, there was constantly gas jars being fired into the neighborhood. Just yesterday, there was reports of a particularly deadly attack. Local sources reporting 18 civilians killed, including children, women, and a pregnant woman. Now, as I said, the YPG haven't named the specific faction responsible for the attack, but we do know that on the other side of the front line with Sheikh Maqsood, there's a variety of different rebel factions ranging from Islamist factions like Ahrar al-Sham, which is affiliated to Al-Qaeda or has some links to them. Al-Qaeda's franchise in Syria, Jabhat al-Nusra, seemingly has a presence there, to more so-called moderate factions from the Free Syrian Army, which really highlights the difficulty of enforcing the ceasefire in Syria, which definitely hasn't had any effect in Sheikh Maqsood. As I said, there's been almost daily clashes there since the ceasefire came into effect. And as I said, it highlights the difficulty of enforcing the ceasefire when Free Syrian Army factions backed by the United States and Turkey, which are part of the ceasefire, are aligned with more extremist factions like Ahrar al-Sham and Jabhat al-Nusra that either reject the ceasefire or aren't included in the ceasefire. And it also calls into question the claims of these Free Syrian Army factions to be interested in defending Syrian civilians when we're seeing Sheikh Maqsood being so frequently targeted and civilians there being so regularly harmed.